I got that one. There we go. There we go. Hey, what's up guys? This is your boy Mac. And if you've been kayak bass fishing for a while like me, you probably felt like this before. See how deep we are. Yep, I'm gonna have to go to a deeper crankbait. Well, today we're gonna take care of that. Now I know you've probably been on YouTube for hours and hours looking for videos on how to do this, and you've probably wasted an inordinate amount of time in your life. Today I'm gonna make the quickest, easiest, and most efficient way to put a fish finder on your kayak. Let's go. There we go. What do you think about this guy? Nice little top water bass to start the day. Now there's really three major things that you got to do to get a fish finder on your kayak. 1, mount a transducer. 2, get power to the fish finder. And 3, mount the fish finder. That's it. The hardest part of all of this is transducer, and that's where you got to make a decision. And if you spend a lot of money on your kayak, you may actually have space underneath the kayak to mount the transducer. Second, I think the in-hole transducer is actually preferable for me. And then third, you might have an arm or something that you attach to the side of the kayak to mount the transducer down in the water. Personally, I like that option the least, because the whole reason you got a kayak was because it was light, it was transportable, and it was easy to get around. You start hanging crap off the side, you're sort of defeating the purpose. So in my kayak, which is Bass Pro Shops Ascend A10, sit on top kayak, you have access to the hole through this little port. And there's a nice little waterproof container there that we're not going to use. But I'm going to mount my transducer in the hole in here. And by far the easiest, cheapest, and non-permanent way to mount it is with duck seal. Now you get this stuff from somewhere like Home Depot or Lowe's. It's in the electrical section. It's super cheap. It's like $2 for this stuff. And you know, you really have a couple alternatives. You can use like silicone for a permanent installation, or you can use this stuff, which is non-permanent, which I think is very much more preferable. And all you're literally going to do is just stick your transducer down in it like this. And I have a couple bricks of this stuff, and I'm going to make it nice and neat. It's kind of like Play-Doh. Now the concept here is that you install the duck seal in the bottom of the kayak down into the hole, and then you install the transducer down into the duck seal so that it's a nice seal around it, no air, no pockets, no anything. It has to be continuously touching the seal and touching the hull of the boat. And if I ever decided I wanted to sell this fish finder or move it to a different boat or a different kayak, it's non-permanent. I can literally just take this transducer out of this duck seal and pull it out of the boat. Now, through the magic of cell phone video, I'm going to show you how this looks down in the hole, because it's impossible to get my other camera down in there. But you can see the transducer in the duck seal, and I'm going to neaten this up a little bit with some duct tape and to make it a little bit more permanent, so that when I store my kayak up on its side, it doesn't fall off. Okay, so this is what we're working with, and this is what we're going to go with for our final installation. I've got some duct tape there to secure the duck seal so that it doesn't move around. I also secured the tail of the transducer. We're going to tuck all of this extra cord up in there, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. Alright, just temporarily I'm going to stuff all this cord down in the hole. And we're actually going to utilize this thing again. We don't need this thing on here anymore. We just need the cap. Have you ever needed a Phillips screwdriver and couldn't find one anywhere? Okay, so actually just going to drill a nice little access hole right in the top of this. I've actually marked my spot with a pencil right there, so I'm going to put it back down in here first, and I'm going to find my hole, and we're going to drill a nice hole here. That was easy. There we go. Nice, professional, clean transducer install. Alright guys, we're 90% of the way done. Next up, we got to get power to our unit. By far the simplest and easiest way that I have found to do that is the Aqua Power Kit. Very, very easy, one output coming. All we really have to do is wire up just this fuse and red and black wires to our input. So you're probably going to need a pair of crimpers, which I have here somewhere. You need a pair of crimpers, and hopefully you've done a little bit of wiring in the past before and you know what you're doing. Here we go. Okay. You can set the battery to the side. This goes with the kit as well. This is our wire that provides power and plugs into the back of our unit. As you can see, we have red and black. So I'm just going to expose a little bit of wire on both of these. I have to do this the old-fashioned way. That'll do it. Now, fuse holder. In line with the red. This one we actually can use our strippers for. Back side. That'll do it. Now these are the butt connectors that were supplied with the Aqua kit, and they're shrinkable, so we're going to shrink them with the heat gun as well. Just get just a little snug right there. And a little snug right here. Snug right there. You also got some shrink wrap here that we're going to do our best to make this look as neat as possible. Now it's not going to be able to go all the way over the fuse holder and everything, but we are going to try to get as much of this in here as we can, and then we're going to hit it with the heat gun. So that's about as neat as I can make it. Okay, we're in the home stretch now, guys. Got everything wired up, we got our power. Now we just need to mount our fish finder to our kayak. So you're gonna have a couple of different options for that. The number one reason why I chose this particular kayak, because it has these rails. I have rails on the sides, here and here. You can see I have a GoPro ram mount here on this rail. I'm gonna put this fish finder right here on the center rail. We're gonna use a Yak Attack rail mount fish finder attachment. This is for a Lowrance. Hook reveal is what I'm using here, but just ease of attachment. If you have like a sitting kayak or something that you can drill into, you know, that might be an option, but I am not a fan of drilling into the plastic of the kayak. It's just much more reasonable and much better, I feel like, to have these rails. So very easy rail mount. We'll tighten it down right about here. And then this Yak Attack mount, I'm going to go right over it there. Let's see, actually probably like this, and clamps down there. Now I have a couple of zip ties there that I'm going to run my cords through just to keep things nice and neat. And for the moment of truth, Lowrance Hook Reveal 5 with down imaging and US inland maps. Number one reason, number one thing that I had to have. I looked at lots of different fish depth finders. Had to have two things, down imaging and mapping. Not just GPS tracking, but inland maps. This one has that. So there we go. Now, let's get some cords plugged in here. Transducer. And power. Alright, here we go. All installed. All these cords sort of snugged up there. How great is this? This knuckle battery fits right into this cup holder. Just like that. And here's the big moment of truth. We got a beep. We got a welcome screen. We got a fish finder, guys. There we go. First time boot up. Let's select English. Yeah, sure. Let's hit accept. And let's just configure it for typical use right now. But obviously, after I've practiced with this a little bit, I will go in and I'll just, you know, customize it. And will remind me later about that. So right now it thinks that I live in San Diego, but obviously I don't. But you can actually see the maps. Those are pretty neat. Those are my charts, sonar. Alright, we're obviously not on the water, so we're going to have to try this out once we get out on the water. Alright guys, I hope this was a fun and informative video for you. If you are a kayak bass fisherman, you are ultimately going to get to the point where you need a depth finder or fish finder to really get out there and find those fish when it's really tough fishing. I've been fishing without one now for months, doing great, but it was really time to take it to the next level. So I hope this video was short, efficient, very clean install. It's really easy. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. We're going to be doing lots of fishing videos coming up. I'm about to get this thing out on the water and try it out. So as I take you out, check out some footage of me playing with my new fish finder on my kayak. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time. That's a good one. And I don't think I have him hooked all that good. Oh yeah, that's a, oh, look at that guy. Oh yeah, choked a frog. Chunky monkey, get a good picture of it. Okay, is that a waypoint? Is that a fish? Well, the old frog finally came through.